Welcome back, everybody. Tim Berry here. Baywatch Arms and Accessories, Baywatch Custom Powder Coating. And this is going to be tutorial number 5. And it's going to be show you how to make a camo pattern that you can put to, basically you can put to about anything you want. But in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make it into a pattern for a tumbler, and I've used RTIC as the tumbler of choice, but you can use any one. You just have to go back to one of my previous tutorials and make your pattern for that particular tumbler. And what we're going to start with, you see here, this is called a Cryptech. I don't know the name. I found it online. Cryptech is a fabric pattern. They use it on hydro dipping and such like that. And what I have done is redrawn this to make it a pattern for me. And I like to call it Camo Tech. You can see there's a lot of little spots. If you scroll in, you can see there's a lot of little spots missing. I don't remember. I've had this file for about a year, and I don't remember where I got it, but this particular file will be available if you're a Patreon member. Will be available for download to do this tutorial on the Patreon website. If you want to send me an email and you're not a Patreon member, send me an email and I'll send you this file, and so you can follow along. But what we're going to do is take this camo pattern and turn it into this tumbler pattern. And you can see we've got the upper portion of the tumbler here. You can see this is where you're going to need to go back and reference a previous tutorial to show you how to make this pattern. So this is the upper portion. This is the center portion. This is a vertical piece that you can put a name or anything else you want that goes along in the back. And this is a name that goes in the curved part of the tumbler in between these two. In between this one up here and this one here, it fits right in there on the tumbler, and it's made to, that way it's made on a curve, and you're going to have to follow the name on a curved path in order to make it sit straight on the tumbler. But that's what we're going to do. And this is kind of just the introduction on showing you what we're going to do. Now you can see over here on the right side, there's a lot of files. It's like these where it says Camo Tech 2. I've got it locked. Let me turn it off. You can see that it goes to this center one here. Okay, and you can see if you open that file, you can see there's a lot of stuff to draw. This is going to be a time-consuming tutorial. It's going to take you a while, so if you have impatience of sitting down and drawing it, I might suggest not doing it necessarily. But it turns out, but once you get this pattern drawn, it is adaptable to most anything. And this one, we're going to turn it into a camo tumbler, probably 3 or 4 colors, with this deer skull in the center. And where we're going to start is on this pattern itself. Now you can see this pattern is in the neighborhood of what is it here? About 18 inches by 36 inches. Okay, so, and the reason I did it to this size was because I also do Cerakote, and I have used this pattern to put on a Cerakote pattern on a firearm, and I don't know if I can find that right now, but let me see if I can find where I used it real quick. Oh, you could, okay, you can see here, this is the pattern. Without anything in it, it has a background, which is the same as the other one. But what you would do is you would draw the outline of the rifle stock, place it in here, get rid of everything you don't need, and that's how you would do that. But that's for another day and another tutorial. We're going to stick with this one. Now, you can see over here on the right side, I've got these two files. One's called Shape Outline and one is called Shape Outline 2. These are, you can see that the, let me go ahead and turn this background off. You can see there's Shape Outline 1 and there's Shape Outline 2. Okay. You're only going to really need to do probably one. You may need to do two. I can't recall why I did both of them, but let me zoom in here and see. Okay, you can see Shape Outline 2 or 1. You see how it's kind of messed up a little bit. So that's one that I don't need, and you won't be using that one. So where we're going to start is, and you can interpret this pretty much any way you want. You can do where, as you zoom in, you can see some of these lines have radiuses on them. Some of them look like they may have points on them, and you can just interpret this the way you want for the pattern. And what we're going to do is we're going to get you in here and get started on the next tutorial on how to start drawing this out, because this will take you a while to draw. You're not going to sit and draw this in a couple hours. It's going to take probably several days, just depending on how patient you are, how many times you get back to it, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to show you from scratch how to draw this, and once it's drawn, how to incorporate that into the other pattern and then put that onto a tumbler. So I'm going to leave this one here and end this tutorial at this spot, and let me make sure everything's saved. There's a lot of saving. There's other files that have to be brought in, so it's quite extensive on this tutorial. And all the photos I show you, all the files that you'll need will be available on Patreon, or if you need me to email them to you, send me an email to tim@baywatcharms.com. Reference this tutorial number 5, and I'll send it to you. Of course, I would prefer you to be a tutorial member. The tutorial is going to be public. I'm not going to hide it from the public, but the files will be for Patreon members only to a point. I would appreciate your support on Patreon. and you can go to patreon.com/Baywatch Arms. You can sign up to be a Patreon, give $1 or $5 a month. That helps with producing these videos and getting them out there to you instead of just keeping them to myself. So we will see you on the next video, and I look forward to helping you turn this into, and we're going to take this one all the way through the powder coating phase. So, and they're going to be released. This is just the introduction, part 1, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one. Bye.